What's going on, guys? Mecha Ish here from the Marvel Legends Captain America Civil War Giant Man Build-A-Figure wave. We are putting together Giant Man. Let's do it.
Level 138 in progress. Prepare for launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world.
Welcome back, guys, and here we go. We are putting together this Giant Man. We got 6 pieces to form this awesome Build-A-Figure based off his look from the Captain America Civil War movie, which was amazing. And we finally got it. I'm so excited to do this. So let's start putting it together. All right, we got this big torso piece, and you see it's on a ball hinge joint. And we have the big Giant Man head right up here. We're just going to pop that right on till you hear the snap. I got his left arm. You can see it has a peg that goes right into that hole. Just plug it right into you, hear that snap. Oh, nice hinge there. I have his left leg. We're going to slide that right on. Also put on the other leg. You see, just put it right in and give it a little twist. And then finally we have... Awesome. And now we got Giant Man all put together. And he is humongous. Awesome. Here we have Giant Man based off his updated look in the Captain America Civil War movie where he stole the show along with Spider-Man. And I'm so happy to have this in my collection. So happy to have finally built this. And you can see he has the red and the black, which is standard for Ant-Man. But here he has an updated look to his costume with a lot more gray and little touches of blue. But he stands 10 inches in height. So he is a pretty big Build-A-Figure. But let's get more up close and personal with this Giant Man. Now let's take a look at this gigantic helmet of Giant Man. And this is awesome. Very metallic. I love how well sculpted it is. You can see all the lines and grooves and all the circular details around his earpiece. And you can see the antenna. He got 1 antenna, 2 antennae. See, we learn here at the Mecha Ish channel. I love the dark gunmetal gray we got on the helmet. And the nice little wash to give it that, realistic look to it. And we have these red translucent lenses, and you can see his big eyes sculpted in right underneath, and that looks great. We have the nice blue touches here, blue paint applications around the mouth, which just give it that updated look. And I just love the shape of everything here. They did a great job. Now going on down to the neck, you can see he has some piping around the neck to, pretty much portray his updated armored look. So it's more safe for him to go out there and fight crime or fight other superheroes and friends. But we have here, you can see the painted silver paint application right around, going all the way throughout his neck. So that is cool. And then you have the leathery look and feel to the rest of his costume, which I love. These MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they have very realistic looks. I mean, yeah, it's live action movies, but their costumes aren't skin tight like they are in the comic books, right? In the comic books, everybody's hyper muscular and they have just the tightest of tight clothing on to fight crime. I mean, why not? But here, this action figure is just showing the awesome updated look of Giant Man, where Ant-Man had just pretty much red and black. You can see here we have nice flat gray effects, and then we have nice texturing and little blue touches here and there to really show that updated look. And I love the differences, the variations in texture. You have here like this red portion on his torso. You can see all the texturing and it feels different. And then you have the nice metallic silver armor piece here, the piping going throughout. And then you have the flat gray, which is just a great touch, awesome design. And then he has this silver painted armor piece around his neck area with the little blue, which are supposed to be lighting effects coming out like he's glowing. I guess, I don't know if it turns blue when he grows or when he's changing size, but it's just very, very cool and a nice touch. And you can see all the little details there. So they put a lot of work into the sculpt of this Giant Man figure. And I love all the differences here. You can see more of that gray going through his abdomen, a lot of great textured details. And the black of the torso, you can see little stretches, and this goes on throughout, like you can see in his arms and on his legs, how well done the sculpt is to show the stretching in uniform with all the little wrinkles there. Now going to his arms, you can see more textured detail on the shoulder and the gray portions, and then they just did an awesome job, guys. Now we have the piping going through his bicep, and I have a little sloppy work here on the red of his tricep, and a little of that red spilled over to the silver painted piping there. And you can see this just looks a little dirty. Maybe some of the black wash is a little too much. I don't know, or it looks a little scuffed. I don't know how to describe it, but it looks a little dirty on the right tricep there. but it still looks cool, but you know, not that noticeable, very minor. I mean, for a big gigantic figure like this, all I have to do is change his position. We have the forearm guard here, which is fantastic, nicely done. And pretty much the same deal on the other side. I have a much cleaner job of the paint on his left arm. So that is pretty cool. Now going on down, you can see silver paint apps by his waist, and you have more of that red. So everywhere the red is, you can really see the textured detail, which I love. And then we have supposed to be like an armor piece or a pouch, armored pouch on his side, on his hip there, which acts also as a belt, and you can see more of the blue touches painted in there. Now this is a different kind of plastic. Now you can see here some little lines and stuff. That's not sculpted in. That just looks like part of the way it was molded, which looks a little weird, but it's not too bad. It's just different, you know. Just because it's different ain't weird. You can see more of the lines in the back sculpted in. So great job there. And then you can see on his backside all the stretchiness and all the details and the smooth look of the black. And then you got piping going on to that texture red. And then look at that. Look how well done. You got the silver paint applicated piping going down to this nice knee pads, knee armor of his. And I love the variations in color where you have more of that red, more of that gray going on down. Until his sneakers. So, I mean, he has all this high-tech, you know, uniform and armor and all that stuff going on. And then he is wearing sneakers. So that is pretty unique to Giant Man. And I love, you know, the quirky Paul Rudd character. So this is kind of fitting for him too. Why not, right? I am really digging the sculpt of this figure. You can see that Hasbro and Marvel Legends have put a lot of attention to detail into this figure, and I have very minor complaints about the paintwork, more so on the right arm with a little sloppiness going on, but like I said, minor, but very cool looking figure. Now let's talk about the articulation here. You saw when I put him together, he's on a ball hinge neck joint, so we have 360-degree range of motion. He can look up that far, and he can look down like that. And he will be doing that most of the time because he is Giant Man. So we have here rotation at the shoulder. We have a hinge. We have a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. We have a rotation at the wrist. And we have a hinge at the wrist as well. Pretty standard for your Marvel Legends. Now we have an ab crunch, which can go about that far. And he doesn't really arch his back that much. So that's pretty much it. But I'm glad they added it. We have a rotation at the waist. We have great lateral movement of his leg. Look how far he can go. So some side kicking action there, and he can raise his leg up forward as so, and a little twist to the side. So that is very awkward. But we have here a thigh rotation, double jointed knee, and we have a nice rocker at the ankle with a hinge. So we should be able to put this Giant Man in a variety of poses, and this is going to be a lot of fun displaying on your shelves. Now, besides being a completionist and having to have every single figure Marvel Legends has ever put out, it is also fun to collect Ant-Man and Giant Man so you can do cool things like this on your display shelves. And you see here the first few figures I have from the original Ant-Man movie, so the costume is a little bit different than the updated Civil War look, but it's still cool nonetheless and a lot of fun to do these things. Hasbro has yet to release a 6-inch version of this updated Giant Man look from the Civil War movie to add to that growth effect, but my 6-inch Funko Pop will happily hold its place. Here I have Giant Man from the Civil War movie up against Hulkbuster from the Age of Ultron movie. Awesome Build-A-Figures, but as you can see, at 10 inches in height, this Giant Man is the tallest Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure that Hasbro has put out in a long while. Hopefully, as the line continues, we get to have those bigger and badder Build-A-Figures like we used to. Remember the days of Fin Fang Foom and even the Sentinel? So, fingers crossed, hopefully down the line we see some bigger Build-A-Figures. So there you have it, guys, my video review of Giant Man from the Captain America Civil War Giant Man Build-A-Figure wave. Now, a brand new Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure for your collection. I'm so happy to have him, and this was a great assortment also, a great wave. We have 3 comic book versions of the original Nick Fury, Red Guardian, Nuke, and then you have the movie versions of Cap, Iron Man, Black Panther, and of course Giant Man. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you did. Check out my channel for other reviews I have done, all these Marvel Legends included, and I got a lot of other cool things coming your way, so you don't want to miss out. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.